Okay, the only difference, you guys, since our last meeting is, and it's down further to talk about, but we did not get the Public Works Trust Fund funds. We missed it by 2 points out of 100. So all of that has been pulled out. Boy, was that fun.
Yeah.
Because it hits so many different areas.
Right.
Hi, Frank.
Okay.
Well, it's about time you showed up. Thank you.
Okay.
So I believe pretty much that's actually the only adjustment was out of the water sewer fund.
Right.
And you'll notice that when you go to that fund and start looking at everything, because you had to back out not just the grant and then the expenditures, but it affected your late fees, it affected your excise taxes, it affected your water revenues.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all of that had to get back to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have
Okay.
any questions?
Excess deficit 0.00. That's
All right,
what we like to
balanced
see.
budget. I
Yeah,
know.
that's what we like to
That's
see.
what we want to see.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mary.
No more free tents for council members here. When they're done tonight, they go back on the desk.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing for the 2025
You gotta
plan.
ask if there's any public.
You got anything you want to comment, council, or the guests on the 25? Frank?
0.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay. Nobody's got anything?
There's no comments.
No comments?
You can close her now.
Okay, we're going to close the public hearing on the 2025 final budget. All right, Jack Fanning, I'm going to have you lead us in pledge allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jack. All right. Call a meeting to order. Roll call. We are short Randy tonight. Okay. Approval of the previous.
Yes.
I'm going to get the guest here. Sorry, I almost bypassed you again. Frank, you got anything?
No, sir.
None? Chris?
Facebook Live, that's it.
You what?
I'm on Facebook Live.
Okay, right. You got it going?
Yeah, it's going.
Good. Kim?
I'm with her.
All right.
Nothing.
Nothing? Kim? Jack? Nothing. All right. Now we're going to go to approval of the previous meeting minutes.
I move to adopt them the way they're written. A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as they're written. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Town Marshal report.
Keith is not able to be with us tonight, and we have kind of similar addresses, and some of these animal problems are all stemming from the person living up on Roberts Road. So where you see the 600 block North Roberts for a suicidal person and welfare check, he's also the offender for animal problem on First Street, animal problem on Steptoe, because he has dogs running at large. He lives in the county, but they come down here. And we had medical domestic dispute at the same address further down there on Steptoe. And the extra patrol is for something that was going on at the school, was requested of Keith. And there was a warrant out for a person living at that, where it says wanted person at 300 block North 3rd Street. But that person ended up not being there. And I think that covers it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the extra patrol at the school?
There was an incident at the school, kind of some threatening statements made.
Okay.
That's requiring Keith to get involved.
Okay. Very good, okay. Thank you, Mary. Okay, next we have the Public Works report.
It is slowing down, but in November we were still loading that outdoor recyclable container every 2 weeks. The old Kohler generator that was part of the lagoons was taken up for scrap, and they got $107.10.
All right.
Of course, you notice she has been extremely busy decorating the town for Christmas. We have the aerators going for the lagoons. We have the snowplow equipment ready to roll. They had to change some U-joints on the backhoe drive line. They chopped down the Christmas trees for First Street. And she helped Avista hang those Chamber of Commerce old Christmas decorations that Mike Crossett keeps going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
He loves those.
yeah, and so you guys know it's in the budget for the little gas station overhead framing needs to be replaced. That's going to be next year. And depending on the moisture we get in December, hoping to not need to discharge the lagoons until January because we did such a great job this
Okay.
year. This past winter. Yeah.
All right, good.
Good.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Let's step back to the decorations around town. Pam and Skip and Ruby and Mary's lovely husband have been helped a lot, and they look nice.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah,
Not quite done. Getting there.
Yes,
Gotta finish the trees.
yeah, but other than that, they looks
Yeah.
good.
It looks very nice.
It
Yeah.
just got too darn cold. They just ran out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, old business. 2025 budget.
Do you guys have any other questions? You're gonna see your email in here from your engineer where we missed the water funding by
Yeah.
2 points out of 100. But other than that, the only thing left to do is we will adopt at our next meeting. And again, I can rein in and we can tighten things up to compare what we think if we're going to need to spend towards the end of the year. We've got that open period until the 20th. And go from there. So the TIB budget or TIB grant was we already adjusted it from 1.1 million to 400,000 because that's what you were awarded.
Right.
And again,
Yeah.
it's in your, it's on.
What's
So
on
that's
it?
Yeah,
been
it's in
adjusted
there.
on me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for handicap.
Yeah,
Sidewalk.
evidently the guidelines have changed with those handicap access. You know, the little yellow bumpy things we have with ours, I think look really good.
Yes.
But they'll change out as many as they can for that amount of money. So I did ask for them to include the one at the library if they could fix the concrete apron in this. So I don't know until they start coming out here to engineer it if that will be the case. I sure hope so. 'Cause that concrete
They should be able to do that with.
it wasn't done right.
No, yeah. Yeah, and it needs to be fixed right so we don't
Yeah.
have an
It looks
accident. Yeah,
awful.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not safe
yeah,
for somebody. You know, like you using a walker,
Yeah.
how bumpy it is.
Yes.
right, yeah. Okay, good. Next, we have the right of the first refusal agreement. We're gonna have a Zoom meeting on December 13th to hopefully finally sign it, yeah.
So our attorney is not available for 2 weeks, and that's why it's getting pushed off a little longer.
Yeah.
And so it will be a Zoom meeting with each entity along with their attorney to button this up. You guys finally have one that was sent to us that shows the changes that were suggested by Novia.
Okay.
Okay.
Which they aren't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's more trouble than it's worth.
Well, that's kind of.
I mean, okay,
I know.
whatever.
You are not the first person
Yeah.
to say that.
Right,
I'm just going to leave it at that.
right. If the three attorneys could have got together, it would have been a lot nicer.
Well, they did twice,
Twice, then the
and it was agreed upon.
third time they didn't, yeah.
And then when it came time to sign,
Yeah,
they wanted some changes. So there you go.
okay. Election results. Final tabulation.
And you guys have a copy of that.
Yeah.
It shows the safety levy is 81.82. and that's to pay for the agreement we have with the District 10 to cover the town, and the street maintenance levy for plowing snow, patching potholes, street lights, you name it. That one's at 64.82%. And the third levy, which was the added one for streets to lay the mats to do some serious patching of streets, was at 66.27.
Good.
And again, that reflects your budget.
Right.
Okay.
And that one was, how much are we going to be able to?
50.
50.
Mm-hmm.
With the
With the
state.
state.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, new business. The TIB agreement, 400,000.
So you guys have the email from the executive director, Ashley, congratulating you on getting awarded $400,000 to do your ADA ramp replacements. And then behind that, they got the official letter congratulating you as well, and asking us to get the agreement signed, which you guys need to make a motion for Denny to sign on getting awarded $400,000, all free and clear. We don't have anything to put in for it.
Okay.
We're too small to pound.
So
We're completely covered.
do we need to make that motion right now?
Need a motion, yeah.
I make a motion that we accept the TID $400,000 grant and allow Danny to sign the paperwork.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the 400,000 and have the mayor sign it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Go to 24.
Thank you.
Yeah, you betcha. Okay. Next, we have the Public Works Trust Fund application.
So again, I know we repeated this 3 times, but there's the
Yeah.
official email from the
Yeah.
engineer
Yeah.
stating we missed it.
That we missed it by
Missed
2
it by
points.
2
Yeah.
Is there any explanation what the 2 points
I don't
were?
at this time, and I don't know if he does either. He was on vacation, but it was nice of him to respond back to me
Okay.
while he was on vacation. But
Yeah.
I thought that the Public Trust Board would have reached out to us as well, and I have had nothing. I thought that was kind of odd, because even TID, whether you get it or not, you get notice.
You might get it in a month.
So maybe, maybe.
Was that the bidder for, if you would have gotten that, the water bill would have been?
This was the one to replace Stepco completely from one end to the next for $3 million. And roughly, they thought our water bill should be increased by $40 a month.
Oh, okay, but since it didn't go through.
Nope,
it
yep,
won't go.
that's what he said. Everything just got changed out of that budget for that. It's a no-go.
Yeah. Okay, candidates interview for council position number 1. Mary's got a few names that she's going to read off to you.
So it's open until, I'm sorry, this sounds awful, but Friday the 15th.
Yes.
And you guys will do your interviews on the 16th, and you will then vote for which person you want on council. And right now, so far, we have Frank Sabo, Kim Anderson, Sean Eck, Dylan Doneen, and Jack Fanning.
You put my name on it too,
Okay,
please?
and Pete.
Don't put my name.
Well, you just made it, Pete.
So, and there obviously could be more because the 13th is next Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So
Yeah.
we may need to move this meeting to the museum, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the wall may be full of candidates and
Yeah.
we might not have enough room back here. So we'll keep that as an option.
We'll have a closed session for the
Yeah.
council to,
Executive
correct,
session, yeah.
executive session, yeah.
Once the interviews are conducted.
So I'll open the museum and everybody can go over there until the council gets done and, yeah, okay.
And
but we may be over there as a meeting though, because we only have so much room in here.
We could,
We'll
yeah,
have
if we
to
get
see.
enough people, yeah. That's true.
So when we
you'll let me
interview
know?
candidates, will we be on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, we can
It's a
take
public
we'll take
meeting.
We'll take a phone over there, so if you call in. Yeah,
If you, yeah, Bruce, if
Yeah.
you want to call in, I think my
Yeah.
phone would reach over there.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So I better go over earlier that day and turn the heat up.
Yeah,
Just to
turn
be
the
on the
heat
safe
And we
side.
got insulation now.
Yeah,
There's
but
insulation now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ought to, you know,
Be much warmer.
for the people to know, the museum, all above the ceiling was insulated.
All right.
And I hope it'll cut our heat bill by a third. Because, you know, it's $600-700 a month.
Wow.
And that's a lot.
Yeah,
That is a lot.
Because we operate on a very small budget.
for a building that's not used very often.
Yes,
that's a lot.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if we were in there and had the heat turned up, I guess it'd be over 1,000.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But this is going to make a big difference. Yeah. It's going to be a huge step in the right direction.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you keep it like at 50 or something?
We
Or
keep it at 50.
50, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Guess what? We are down to council member business.
Well, I don't have
Well,
anything. No,
nothing.
everything.
Okay. Claudia.
Just a thank you to the crew that makes our town look nice.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Bruce?
Since we didn't get the water project funding, and Mary, you said the last thing that was increased was water, not sewer.
Correct.
Well, I think we need to really look at what our water and sewer billing is and see what the communities around us charge for water and sewer and what the minimum cubic feet they charge for on their minimum water, and look at that. We need to make an adjustment
Right.
because we're just one major leak from being
We are
broke.
You're from being broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 10 cents from being caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
hate
sad.
to see it
Yeah.
go up, but
Yeah,
it's got to be paid for somehow,
yeah, yeah, so,
equally, you know. So,
okay. Before I close up, any of you guests have anything you'd like to bring up at this time?
I want to say this. I was talking to the port, and they had the request for a proposal, announced it out there, and they posted it and everything. And it closed the 4th of November. And then I was talking to one of the ladies there. And I said, how many people submitted proposals? She says 2, as far as the mill.
And the proposal was for what again, Pete?
Say again?
What was the proposal for?
For the RFP, as far as what, the development of the mill. Only 2 at that time. So it was already closed. I talked to her a few days afterwards.
Yeah.
I said, how many submitted proposals? And she says 2.
Okay,
Thought that was fine. 2?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine.
okay, thank you, Pete.
Take what you can get.
Okay, treasurer report.
move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the treasurer's report as read. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Oh, I moved to adjourn.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Well, I was glad to see a turnout over at the fire station tonight.